Hey guys, it's me, Johnny Crims 2000 here, back to continue my Project Justice story mode playthrough. In the last part we finished off Gorin High School, so now I'm going to be moving on to Pacific High School. Okay, so same here as always. This first screen doesn't really change much, so there's really no need for me to read this. But here's the new thing, so here we go. Roy and Tiffany went back to the States after last year's incident at Justice High. Since then, Pacific High appeared to have lost its spirit. Only Bowman, who graduated to the 2nd grade, stayed at the school and tried to keep school spirit alive. He decided to participate in the Tayo Pacific athletic competition. But at the athletic competition, a horrible incident occurred. Pacific High students caused many problems, and eventually the crowd got out of hand. In spite of Bowman's desperate effort to stop them, Tayo High's students fell one after another. I must stop this. So there you go. And if you guys haven't noticed, that kind of referenced the first Rival Schools game. Oh no, how did this happen? Why can't we all get along together? This is what I want to know. I'm sure that it has something to do with your school's international relation. Wait a minute, Hayato. You must not speak to him like that. We must try and listen to what they have to say. I don't care where you came from. One of us must be responsible for their actions. Are you challenging me? This is getting out of hand. If a teacher and student fight, it will only cause more problems for me. I must stop them. Is it just me, or are those things going by faster? Anyway, so now we're playing as Bowman and Chairperson, and I'm going to be reading their bios. Bowman is a counselor in training. Bowman tries not to lose his temper because he knows he could really hurt someone. When he does fight, there is no stopping him. And Chairperson, who we've already seen in some previous... or she was part of the Tayo High School playthrough. But anyway, Chairperson, or Incho as she's known in Japanese, even though that pretty much just translates as Chairperson anyway, is very popular and trusted by all her friends. She has a strong sense of responsibility, though only passing ability in martial arts or sports. Alright. So, yeah, so basically in the story mode we're now playing as Pacific High School, which was one of the two schools that were involved in the scuffle that this kind of whole incident kind of started off, I guess. And Bowman, who is from Pacific High School, is I guess he's trying to, shall we say, calm everything down. And Chairperson, who's actually from Tayo High School, is trying to help him out because she knows that, you know, she's basically trying to play peacekeeper. And now we're facing Hayato, who Hayato is actually a teacher. He's not a student, he's a teacher. Except he is from Justice High School. Actually, no, he's from Tayo High School, never mind. So that's why we're fighting him. So he's trying to kind of calm everything down. He's kind of blaming Bowman, who's from Pacific High, for, you know, for having started all this fight, even though Bowman himself doesn't even know what's going on at this point. And, yeah, Bowman is a pretty... I guess, scrappy fella, shall we say that? He has huge hands, like, very expressive hands. And now, of course, I'm playing as Chairperson, and, I mentioned before in my playthrough, I think I mentioned it in my Tayo High School playthrough, that I didn't exactly enjoy playing as Chairperson, because I thought she was kind of slow and stuff like that. And she is slow, like, her moves kind of, some of her moves, leave her, wide open. But since alright, so here's what happened, guys. I had to record this thing twice, and with several different practice runs, I guess, before doing this. And I've gotten to practice more with Chairperson. Oh, and by the way, here's the greatest super move ever in a fighting game. Wait for it. Wait for it. Huzzah! The point of doom. But anyway, I've really gotten to like Chairperson after a while, so you'll see me actually choose her a couple times in this playthrough. I guess practice makes perfect? I don't know. So we must all agree to cooperate with this investigation. Together we can discover the truth behind what happened. Although I do not want to, I must admit the fact that there was a scuffle. However, I will never believe... Whatever, you fools can do whatever you like. I'll do my own investigation. Adios. Hehehe, I heard the news and it sounds interesting. Very interesting indeed. You're not going to take no for an answer, are you? Fine. I suppose it will be safe for everyone. Excellent. The Tayo Pacific United Investigation Group has now been formed. Let's move out. And that was Ran. one of my favorite characters from the rival school series, actually. It doesn't make sense. They are all top students who are good at both. Thinking about it won't do any good. We must act first and question later. And the first school that comes to mind when I think about fighting is Ghetto High. Let's begin our investigation there. It's not good to blame someone based upon assumptions. If you do, you may miss the truth of... God, these things go by so fast. That's right. I'm getting mad. What are we gonna do, leader? Destroy them. And now we're fighting Ghetto High School. But anyway, this new character that we just picked up is Ran. She's from Taiyo High School. And Ran hopes one day to be a journalist. She is high-spirited and rushes to cover any event that makes good copy. Her favorite phrase is, "This is a scoop." And as you can tell, Ran is pretty much a, I guess she fills the stereotype of being the school, you know, part of the school newspaper or what have you. And personally, I think that she's one of the most creative characters ever in a fighting game because she fights using her camera. And I've mentioned her before in my Gorin High School playthrough while fighting her, that she's kind of tricky because you don't know how far that flash, I guess, reaches. And that's good to use when you're using Ran, because especially when you're facing a human opponent, I guess, because they don't know how far it is. And it's just a good move in general because it's not like a fireball. Like as soon as you use the move, it hits your opponent automatically. You know, of course, if they're open. So it's not like, you know, it's not like the flash of light or a fireball travels across the screen and it takes a while to get there. As soon as you do the move, it hits, and I think it's awesome. On top of that, she's a really cool character, like personality-wise. I just love her so much. I really wish she would show up in more versus games, in my opinion. But then again, I think that kind of I think of that on like with all the other characters. And this is Gan, who is also one of my other favorite characters in this game. Or rather, the whole Rival School series. Gan is kind of, I guess, your stereotypical big guy of this game, but he's so cool because he's not like, you know, he's not a wrestler. He's actually, well, he is a wrestler, a sumo wrestler, but he doesn't look the part, you know? Like, every game, I guess, every fighting game has to have, like, a stereotypical, you know, big guy, and most of the time they're wrestlers, you know? Street Fighter has Zangief, the King of Fighters has Raiden, who else? Tekken has King, and Virtua Fighter has Wolf. And this is Rand's team-up technique, which I think is just awesome. Like, she'll, you know, all three people on screen will get, you know, start posing and stuff like that, and it'll start flashing, like taking pictures and stuff like that. And I think it's just great. And right here, I'm trying so desperate to get the finishing move, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. DDT. Finish. Get on with it. And chairperson's being modest, of course. Gahaha! That didn't make me feel much better. Ha! If you keep trying to blame Ghetto High, I won't pull my punches next time. Remember that, suckers. ... What was that all about? I always heard that Daigo from Ghetto High was famous for being a man of honor. This is very strange, but I felt such an evil intent from his fist. I'm sure he was the only one out... If that is true, then their next target might be the Taiyo High students. If that would be disastrous if our school attacked during Batsu and Hayato's absence, I must return to Taiyo High immediately. Hey, stop! It's too dangerous. You can't handle them. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll be back after I warn all the students there. Alright, I understand. You can leave the investigation to us. We'll be able to handle it. Just be careful. Thank you. Be good, okay? And now we're on to episode 3. At Ziggy Amusement Park. Judging from Daigo's attitude, I still think that the scuffle at the athletic competition must have been manipulated by Ghetto High. I do not believe that at all. There is no reason why they would lie to us. Hi there. It seems like you're in trouble, Bowman. Batsu, you've come just in time. What? Good. Punch to the gut. Hey, what are you doing? Kya! Punch. Slap. Ah, you two should have let things slide. It didn't have to be this way. What's the matter with you, Batsu? It's hard to believe it, but it seems that you are also being controlled by... Shut up! It's awesome. You don't know what's going on here, Bowman. I think you should just leave it alone. This is your only warning. Hey, wait up! Who? Who dares to interfere with me? I'm not going to let you do this. Hey, that guy looks familiar. Bowman, that guy's a fake. Get him! That voice is it? Well, yes, it's Roy and Tiffany. That's right, friend, but we can talk later. Right now, we got to get rid of these losers first. And, of course, well, before I go on to talk about these guys, Chairperson now went off to Taiyo High School, and that's, if you saw my Taiyo High playthrough, that kind of explains why she was there at Taiyo High, why she met up with Hinata and Kyosuke. So she was there trying to warn them, and that's why she's gone, and now we're left alone. But we're not alone. Roy and Tiffany have joined our group, and I mentioned, I think in my Taiyo High School playthrough, that you actually unlocked Roy and Tiffany by completing Taiyo High School, but I must apologize right now. That's actually not the right way, because you actually unlocked them by completing this part, by completing the Pacific High playthrough. So I do want to apologize for that. You don't unlock Roy and Tiffany by completing Taiyo High School. You actually unlock them by completing the Pacific High story mode. But anyway, now we got Roy Bromwell and Tiffany. Forgot her last name. But yeah, they're great. Unfortunately, they don't have their own little bio or whatever in the instruction manual, but I guess I can tell you a little bit about them, or at least the parts that I know. Both of them are exchange students from America. Roy, I think, is a football player, so you know, that little, I guess, you know, that little tackle thing that he does, that's kind of inspired by it. And Tiffany is she's supposed to be a cheerleader, but I've honestly never seen a cheerleader look like that and wear something. Yeah, I've never seen any cheerleader wear an outfit like that and wear boxing gloves. But you know, whatever. This is Capcom. What am I talking about? So yeah, you know, so now we got them two. They aside from Bowman, those two, Roy and Tiffany, actually are from Pacific High. This is why. I guess this can be a little bit confusing, because Pacific High, their story mode actually contains, or like the three main characters, at least at the beginning, are Bowman, Chairperson, and Ran. And Bowman's actually the only one that's actually from Pacific High School. Ran and Chairperson are from Taiyo High School, so it can be a little bit confusing. But now you know why Tiffany and Roy are actually from Pacific High School. They just weren't there from the get-go, because in the first game they had actually left. Woo! But anyway, here we go, on with the story. Hee hee hee, this isn't over yet, losers. You had better watch your back, fools. They've escaped. We'll have to deal with them later. So when did you two come to Japan? Wait a second, why did you call Batsu a fake? What did that mean? My dad received a report saying something bad was happening, or going to happen. Ah! Yeah, whatever. You seem to be really excited while making those travel preparations. Anyway, I heard that this guy was pretending to be Batsu and was causing a lot of trouble throughout various parts of the country. Does that mean that he caused a scuffle at the Taiyo Pacific Athletic Competition? It's such a heinous crime to impersonate someone. Ah! Why don't you tag along with me on my investigation? You won't cause too much trouble, will you? You never change, huh? But I still trust you, so I'll join your team. Perfect. I think the header for this should be United by Fate, Friendships from Overseas. Oh, Ran. I love you so much. Anyway, episode 4. Here you are. I finally found you. Get ready to be beaten. What? Shoma, what's the matter with you? How come you're with that little girl? Shoma, you know what happened. I did nothing wrong, and yet these guys suddenly attacked me. What are you saying? It was you who picked the fight with us. Yes, it's true. Have you already forgotten what just happened? Oh, I see. You've gone crazy just like Batsu. What is wrong with everyone? There's no point in trying to reason with him anymore. He's already made up his mind. Get ready. Here he comes. Well, here we go, guys. We're about to fight Shoma. But that's the end of part 1. Be sure to check out part 2 of my Pacific High Let's Play. I'll see you guys then.